Good evening and welcome to Magic Television News on Channel 38, Facebook and YouTube channel. First, the main points there inside the news. The Deputy Minister for Environment and Climate Change said a ministry ready for give full support to the National Protected Area Authority for continue with the exercise as way for pull people then come out na the protected area them. One honorable member of parliament for the Sierra Leone People's Party, Honorable Fala Tenge, said the reason we make them review the constitution now because it don't old and the need for review am. Two lawyers then when at 34 years old, Maurice Jenna Mohamed Sisse and 34-year-old John Mans, don't see now before Magistrate Mustafa Brahmaja na Pademba Road Court Magistrate number 1 na Freetown. That's now be the main points there. And now for the full news with me, Esther Wilson. The Minister for Public Administration and Political Affairs say one of the key mandates of the ministry now for look over the public service across the country. Honorable Amara Kalon talk this now one interview with Magic TV where in they talk about the mandates, success and challenge there where the ministry they face. Magic TV Edward Nyake Ture gets more and gonna report.
The Minister for Public Minister for Public Administration and Political Affairs, Amara Kalon, inside one interview, don't tell Magic Television waiting at some of the ministry in mandates them. How far it don't take the ministry and also a plan for go with the ministry.
It used to be the Ministry of Political and Public Affairs. So in 2018, I was appointed as the Deputy Minister of Political and Public Affairs. And in 2023, after the election, His Excellency the President, as in prerogative, established the Ministry of Public Administration and Political Affairs with a redefined mandate. And the mandate now for the ministry provide a political and strategic leadership for the reform of the public service of Sierra Leone. And let we not forget, in the manifesto commitment of His Excellency the President, where they vie for a second inning as president in 2023, he promised the people of this country that if they elect him for the second time, he will look into the professionalism of the public service of Sierra Leone. So we win the election. He established the ministry with this mandate, but also in the medium-term national development plan, is now the fifth pillar of the big five game changer, the revamping of the public service architecture. With this ministry, and the lead ministry for that particular pillar there. So in essence, they form this ministry for a preside over the modernization of the public service of Sierra Leone. Because the president will make this commitment to the people, and on that premise, the people will vote for him. So he decided for bring and come. First, he said for he will achieve that particular manifesto commitment, then for establish a whole ministry, where for provide the political leadership for make sure say The way they can for develop the medium-term national development plan, it become one of the big 5 game changer. Yeah. So what in change? Now, instead of we look at political affairs when about building democratic institutions, serving as the conduit between the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary, who also they become this, now we interface with the citizens then, and they try to promote democracy, build strong democratic institutions then. Now they say, let's not only look at those democratic institutions, let's look at the entire public service. 152 ministry, department, and agencies then. So the Public Service Commission, first, they established by constitution. So it's an entrenched institution. Now, what is the institution? The way the constitution creates. So you know the changer. Then they provide the regulating and regulatory function that they provide over the public service when they recruit. And they respond for all the recruitment in the public service. Unless, outside the constitution, say, the president get the prerogative for appoint and recruit without recourse to the Public Service Commission. Now, they're responsible for manage the human resource in the public service of Sierra Leone, unless otherwise we then can decide for say, okay, then they delegate their responsibility as the constitution demands. So for example, they establish the human resource management office, and PSC delegate part of the responsibility to HRMO for the HRMO preside, supervise from grade 1 to grade 5. Yeah. Then so that's the Public Service Commission, but they're also responsible for fire.
He carry on for talk about some of the success them we don't make under the ministry and some of the achievements them we government don't help them for achieve.
Yeah, well, so many things. Then when we come first, we redefine the ministry. The previous minister had one department with it. Now we get 3 departments, and that's been approved. We do the management and functionary, when they approve the 3 departments, and HRMO, they approve the positions them, and now those people then they work under those various ones. That is critical. We don't build capacity of the ministry then for let them provide, for let them do the mandate. But we develop the strategic roadmap. The strategic roadmap now help you first for know what are the problem inside the system. For understand what really happened, why made the president say we for can do reforms. So we do a study. When we don't do the study, we come now for develop a strategic roadmap. We for tell we how we for solve that problem there, and we come with 8 pillars them. When then the direct way on what they do. So in one of the pillar winner coordination, we find out the public service naturally not get ahead, not get coordinating mechanism. Again, the PSC the regulator, but not the coordinate.
Minister Kalon carry on for talk about some of the challenges them with the ministry they face. And waiting he expect government and other Soriat partner them for do for them.
Yeah, well, you know, the first thing we then said this ministry, that was misconception about the mandate of the ministry. Other institutions then maybe they run them program they have feel say the ministry can't take their powers in their hand. So now they are going to begin first. Man and build empires. But we come at things we don't understand ourselves now, so we don't clear that hurdles there. So now we work in unison as a team. The HRMO, the PSC, the PSRU, the Secretary to Vice President, the Secretary to President, and all of those things, we are all working out together. We don't get a common understanding. One minute na your role, then say no the your role. That's clear. Another challenge they get is from for resources. You know, it's a new ministry, and the Ministry of Finance they try for really get them into the budget.
Minister Kalon, where he be the talk about the constitutional review, where he say they under a mandate as Minister for Political Affairs. He carry on for talk about waiting the inside the constitutional amendment bill where the SLPP government they try for pursue. He carry on for breakdown waiting at some of the steps them will be take place inside Parliament and how the voting process been go, and waiting at the current stand where government don't take on this particular issue.
First of all, the Constitution is a legislation of the country, and it talk about how do we provide services to the people, how do we manage the public service of Sierra Leone for them to provide services to the people. So if they review that they fall under my purview. So if the Attorney General, Minister of Justice, they review, meaning the end result and make it for hold on for implement. Yeah, because all the institutions that are inside it, they all fall under, including the president, fall under the public administration. But it's a political issue again. You don't get the 3 arms of government. You get the executive operates independent, the legislative operates independent, the judiciary operates independent. So the legislative then go to them call the standing orders. And part of the standing orders, you can abstain.
Okay.
you can create absenteeism,
Okay.
or you can walk out of parliament. That is it depends on which one we want for use. But I think walking out of parliament is not an appropriate one. Most times they frown against that because they say you for day. No matter, because the essence of having members of parliament, now for them agree for disagree for agree. So they have to debate. No matter what thing happen, you for sit there and debate. Walking out of the parliament, meaning you are not, you are the people that will elect you, you don't deprive their representation.
E end also I give one mathematical calculation, but wetin make the APC no go able for challenge this particular voting, as according to am, e say they don't get the 2/3 wey e do after one calculation.
The two barristers dem dey face 2 counts dem wey na conspiracy to defraud and obtain the property by false pretense under section 32 subsection 1 of the Licensing Act 1916. According to the particulars of the case, inside November 1 and November 30, 2023, the two accused people dem allegedly plan together with other people dem wey police not sabi yet with the intention for defraud. The second charge say the accused allegedly take 3 Toyota 4Runner motorcar dem wey dem value na about $114,000 from one Bokari Conte. The allegation say dem tell Bokari say dem go pay for the motorcar dem inside 30 days, but the prosecution say that talk dey not to true. When they read and explain the charge dem to the accused people dem na court, dem not take plea from them because the matter still dey na committal proceedings stage. During the proceedings, state prosecutor Yusuf Isaac Sise raised concern, but the defense notice for cross-examine prosecution witness them. He argued say the defense not properly follow the previous order of the court and the relevant law, but defense counsel Jesse M. Django say them don't comply. He explained say them file one notice August 5, 2026 and other one August 10. Defense counsel also argued say the Criminal Procedure Act number 8 of 2024 not specify any particular format for them kind notice then they. Inside in ruling, magistrate just say they don't take time consider waiting all to the side them present. The magistrate note say the defense application be properly filed na the court's file, although he not able to confirm whether the prosecution receive am. The magistrate explains say this na preliminary investigation wey na for determine whether sufficient evidence dey not to for prove the accused them guilty beyond reasonable doubt at this stage. Because preliminary proceedings get term limits, the magistrate decide for overlook the defense's non-compliance in order the prosecution for making available, produce and tender the written statements them and other relevant material them for the next committal proceedings. So till the matter gets for come back August 20, 2026. For Magic TV Court Updates, Mina Aisha Kabo the report.
People then around Model Junction by Sakila Road say because of poor road network, don't make accidents don't look plenty at the junction. According to the people them, they don't call on the authority wey concern for make back the road where gets plenty pothole them. This then say the same way so Hamburg business na the area and self can block traffic. For sake of this, Magic TV Fudia Bangura been go work on a Model Junction Sakila Road and put these reports together.
People wey dey use the Regent Road and other road user them dey face serious challenge because of the plenty pothole wey don bokuna the road. This will make I go work on the area and talk to some people wey dey use the road, and they explain say the situation dey give them plenty constraint every day, and during the rainy season the road dey be difficult for pass, traffic dey move slow, and sef the motor dem can get problem. Same way so, dem call on
Well, you guys most problem by historia. Who from start from the car they won't dig deep. Any time we do, we start with the point. The main option if our government say the best thing mostly for our government they say for stream. We show for historia too much. Guys, you know, we go inside the government and we show the point too much. Or model for carry them I don't want to say you know, they always say almost every most always really start passing push up. And so you always see enter by apple but now I'm so party yeah just fascinated for that. See somebody can you don't play for power long for carry and I always see myself was very and they can't do see because I mean just for good. When they talk to me about government, they pay for this area, so I will say that as much. Yeah. I really pay for this area.
Then I do camera. I do all the way home with stuff. Then I drive and go through there. Well, we go through a lot because the road not too good nowadays, especially model. Go through the Boku, especially in the city. We go a lot. We go down the mountain. More than take out the area, you will not see them. Because they don't work. Most of them for area, they still don't know as taxi, you will not see them. The ABC from the end come back. Yeah, well, it's traffic a lot. Especially for many people who reach to poor. Traffic, especially Sunday police they can block, and then motor they pass one by one. So man they balance the photo, and then they will go, still they will go. Somebody buy car, no let's see anything. Message woman saying is that they will buy a plane make the road. For more than take a secular road, they will buy make the road. They will be a great for you. They will say will be happy. They will buy make the road.
New name, Isaac as well. Also I can sell for helping mommy because I live back. Well, this road there too, don't they affect you since go the sellers because more often when you don't make when the water they set you inside them, all them. When the mosquito in the past, they splash water back to them and more way than house in water they come. Because that they don't make the road, but the road I think they say go they can make and they don't make them properly because as soon as they make them before they make I don't fuel back. And when the water they set you able to let the path, water they splash more if you run the to the more important side. Water is splash just take off it and go change them. All these road leaders done there more than over let me say 2 years or some months now. When they don't make them. Because I guess last year they don't make them, this year but so we see and well. More than mean don't pull and they disturb the motorcar where they pass more for the keke pass where they want pass but the keke the people like carry on inside the keke they begin push the keke before ever the people like enter inside the keke back to their ride. For the traffic because the traffic for accidents nothing for it. Well I want to message to the authorities that was say make them help the people there more for the drivers there because after they discourage they let them make the road more properly because as you see they can make some people that could spend the effort to make the road they know they make an properly so me they beg collect them can make the road properly so that we go let us and more about people they them back go let us suffer between water splashing.
My name is Namunjo Emiaja. I do construction. I do build waste mafia. I do inside this company that's this road almost like a year this month. Last year we received up to now mostly cargo for people there and also for cargo in the past. Not cause accidents because of me, but because traffic. Because way rain season, rain don't come, most of the side the rain keep blocked there. and when motor car they come, at time they keep break down, they not able pass. All the passengers they all come down, so they go inside the water. No matter what you don't put on your foot, if they mass inside the water, they come inside motor car till the motor car come on your foot. And it can even affect the street workers there, and the traders the way they pass. They want to get access to work on the road, so they go pass closer to the shop inside people they sell, so they able to pass. Well, we dey cry to the big one there, the authorities that they in charge, make them able to help with as the citizen who they pass, and even also the motor cars the way they pass up and down for go do their business. We dey talk to the big one, they make them help with for know how best they be able to put this particular things in place, how they be able to maintain the road for me, so that everything will be fine for the passengers there, for business people the way they pass.
Authorities then for take quick action. For Magic Television Use, Fudia Bangura the reports.
The Deputy Minister for Environment and Climate Change say a ministry ready for give full support to the National Protected Area Authority for continue with the exercise as way for pull people then come out na the protected area them. The Deputy Minister of Environment and Climate Change talk this na one sports visit as way for give moral support to the exercise na Aberdeen Creek inside Freetown. Magic TV Cornelius Ekurandol gets more and gonna report.
The National Protected Area they continue the demolition at the Aberdeen Creek. They don't make fit the way and then I had the demolish. As you can see around, they don't do plenty work. And the Deputy Minister of the Environment himself become for give moral support to the game garden wise they do the work. Continue for those Magic Television. The Deputy Minister of the Environment and Climate Change, Madam Mimi Yemastoba Stephen, don't show the ministry in full support for the demolition exercise where the National Protected Area Authority (NPAA) they carry on at Aberdeen Creek. The Deputy Minister gonna decide for give moral support to the National Protected Area Authority officials them and game guard them as they continue for clear illegal structure and protect the environmental sensitive Aberdeen Creek. As it talk to the game guard them during the exercise, Madam Mimi Yemastoba Stephen reaffirmed say the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change fully committed for support the NPA and the efforts for protect the Sierra Leone natural ecosystem. He praised the dedication and courage of the game garden and said the work they do an important thing for safeguard protected areas them and make sure say the country environmental resources preserved for the generation we will come and by.
I don't say the work not easy, definitely not easy. But these are these are ongoing things. And after the demolition, we are still there for the comeback to make sure say the place they like how it's supposed to be. Because if we just demolish and then we go and not come back, you know, people don't always come back and try chances again. This was also a strong message. But who land in Africa? We take the kind of people that can do this. It's some beautiful, you know, environment, you know, than for come and come for him and go. And at the same time, I want to make plenty thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that I don't get peace in that place to finally. And I like to work on our but at the same time, we are continuing to send a message out. Let people know not on which country and which country them. And for the young lives, they protect the young lives there. Because imagine all the mangoes every day, you know, because people do not able to understand the essence of the mangoes and what is the reality. So now then, kind of message back. I want to also in the air and to teach the people to make them understand. See, the reason why make government to take a stance here, so one to protect their life. The mangoes here, so they get the young already clean. I will very like them. People don't understand. And I'm glad I want to thank you to the police and the ministry who all come together and join hands.
NPA Deputy Executive Director Dwight Zerke Sharif, on behalf of the Executive Director Sheikh Ahmed Tunis and the NPA, thank you to the Minister of the Environment for the support and encouragement. He said the presence of Deputy Minister don't boost the morale of the team and show strong institutional commitment for protect the environment. Mr. Sharif say the spirit among the game gardens still very high as they continue the exercise, and though then they face challenges for protect environmental sensitive area then. The ongoing demolition exercise in Aberdeen Creek are part of the effort by the authority for protect the area from activity them where they threaten ecological integrity of the place and undermine the conservation of Sierra Leone natural heritage. The NPA, with support of the Ministry of the Environment and Climate Change, will continue to work with relevant stakeholders them or make sure say and protect Aberdeen Creek and protect all the other protected areas them across the country. For Magic Television, Cornelius Ekurandu, the report.
One honorable member of parliament for the Sierra Leone People's Party, Honorable Fala Tengbe, say the reason we make them review the constitution now because it don't old and the need for review am. He talked this Tuesday, August 18, na Magic TV Morning Tea program. Fudi Abangura gets more and gonna report.
The Honorable Member of Parliament for the ruling Sierra Leone People's Party, SLPP, from Kailaon District, Honorable Engineer Fala Tembe talked this na Magic Morning Tea program Tuesday, the 18th August 2026, who signed a talk about the 2025 Constitutional Amendments Bill where the Parliament don't pass to law. He said the reason why make them review the 1991 Constitution now because needed for make them review them because plenty things then they inside the way they need for change for the interest of the country.
But what next has got to do with the fact that this week constitution will get as a country, Sierra Leone, land that we love. Now one way don't become, outdated, so to say. Maybe the actual word for it is outdated. It's outdated. It's surrounded with ambiguity, doubt, imprecision, etc., etc. Because my 35-year-old constitution and the stark reality has got to do with the fact that drafters of this constitution in those days, 1991, so they try to align now, politically for at least favor them. And today they don't put everybody in a doubt.
Honorable Engineer Fala Tembe go before say the 35 years old constitution don't put plenty people in doubt as in go before and quote some section them na the constitution.
Like you go to section 91.1, they tell you say for the members of parliament, then they'll create on a question. And we talk about question in parliamentary language. Now anything we did before the house for decision making, and the law is say for decision making at the House of Parliament, you therefore go through section 91.1, and the members of Parliament then will present. Now then go there and vote. Then when you come to 108, they tell you say for decision making 103, they tell you say for decision making Parliament, you therefore get 2/3 and go to referendum. For example, if you want for change, may God forbid, the law where they protect the human rights of Sierra Leoneans, this constitution expressly defines and say you forgo to referendum, you forgo ask the people and consent for let them tell you say yes, go ahead, or no. If they say go ahead, then you go ahead. If they say no, then you know for torture. Also because of the ambiguity, the doubt where they around the interplay between section 91.1, where actually they give the definition as to what members of parliament therefore do when there is a question posed forward by the house, and that of 108.3 where they tell you say there were the entrenched clauses. Today we are in limbo in the sense everybody gets their definition. This they say, APC they say that this, SLPP they say that this. So this is also the reason why me want for thank President Bill. They don't decide say the culmination of ideas from Tijan Kaba, Peter Zoka Review, Dr. Anes by Kroma, Justice Kawan Review, to His Excellency President Bio. Now, see, me, I want to implement within idea they have been see. The white paper of Justice Kawan, the tripartite report, they propose the logo 50+1, and APC them in the part of that, they approve them. The tripartite as well, they tell you about proportional representation. They say they favor them, but all define the mechanics. Now that we don't see law can get a reviewed and simplistic constitution, and the APC then get for boycott, actually make we choose for go bien. But I want to make clear the people that know say the boycott of the walkout of the APC not get any way for invalidate the process.
Inside in statement, one political analyst, Wilfred Almami Wise, say wetin happen at the well of parliament not good for salon democracy. In say plenty people not like how parliamentarian they amend the constitution.
Democracy in Sierra Leone in total, we're having democracy. Yeah, it was too unfortunate for the people of Sierra Leone. Then they go through this. Since we don't be into this SLPP administration, everybody don't see say a lot of things then don't happen. We know, even they in line with the constitution. And this now one, I go quote Tijan Banjasi, Tijan, see we say yesterday. This is like it is laughable. Put in a bill. Then as a lawyer, you the speaker of the house, because we know that people are with credibility now. You as a lawyer mostly affair with the things then the constitution. Now you send them back go. Now 108 they get a plenty caveat. They get a lot of things then we give the rights to a citizen, and some certain things then they will be in between it. But unfortunately, like what I say, the right people are not given position when it comes about patriotism. And the likes of Tijansi, you go say anything against him, but him being an SLPP member was able to explain bits by bits, you know, waiting at the problem where the one because the bill have been passed already. But you begin to ask question, is this right to the people of this country on waiting the clauses they say? Because we don't exhaust this conversation for too long. The backlash where the government they get from inter-religious council not ever talk. They have also condemned the way the things they go on. The backlash where the governments don't get this present on this particular bill, it's so alarming. If many people are not, they would agree with that in fact. How this thing they go on, like the question the owner they ask. I wonder why people go they in this way that we are here to represent with people. No, we are not here to represent our people. Anything where you see the APC, the SLPP they do in within this particular amendment bill, now for suit and comfort as well, like we Tijansi say yesterday.
Wilfred Almami Wise and Honorable Engineer Falatembe talk this na Magic Morning Tea program who said them be talk about the Constitutional Amendment Bill 2025, where Member of Parliament then passed the law. For Magic Television Use, Fudia Bangura, the report.
Now all that we get inside with local news basket. Now not time for take news but other country them. The Electoral Commissioner Zambia don't announce Zambia in President Hakainde Hichilema as the winner of the national election, after where the people then at Zambia votes for him for the second term. President Hakainde Hichilema pulled 60% of the votes and a close opponent pulled 38%. The results come after one contest process, with 55-year-old Mundi Bile earlier claimed victory and alleged election malpractice, but did not provide any evidence. In party, the NRPUP tell the BBC say Mundi Bile being dey na side wey secure under international human rights body for sake of the threats where it don't they get. But reports say e go talk to the people them at any time from now. Local media reports say Mundubail and a running mate, Makebi Zulu, bin go self-imposed exile na the UN agency inside the capital Lusaka as they afraid for make them not arrest them. The death rates of the people that way be they on board na one ferry disaster na the Zimbabwe Lake Kariba don go up to 93. Dis don make am for be the country a most serious disaster. The ferry gets the capacity for take 90 passenger dem, but report be claim say but 168 people dem be dey inside the ferry wey one heavy breeze can and blow am. The president, wey na President Emerson Mnangagwa, declare state of disaster for sake of the accident as people dem still dey continue for do search and recovery efforts. For don the news, make a member know the main points dem back. The Deputy Minister for Environment and Climate Change say a ministry ready for give full support to the National Protected Area Authority for continue with the exercise as way for pull people there come outside the protected area dem. One honorable member of parliament for the Sierra Leone People's Party, Honorable Fala Tenge, say the reason we make them review the constitution na because it don't old and the need for review am. Two lawyers then wey na 34-year-old Maurice Jenner Mohamed Sise and 35-year-old John Mans don turn up before Magistrate Mustapha Brahmaja na Pademba Road Magistrate Court No. 1 na Freetown. That na news will come to you from Magic TV on channel 38, Facebook and YouTube channel. Plenty thank you for uno time. Me will bring the news na Esther Wilson.